Good morning, guys. I promised I would do a butchering video. Several people asked for it after I did the cull video. So I am going to be showing how to break down the rabbit carcass from the culls that I did Monday, Sunday, whichever day I did it. They've been cleaned. There's not very much blood left on them. There's a little bit, as there is with every kind of meat, but it's not to the point where it's going to be disgusting. This is your one and only viewer warning. If you don't want to see it, leave now. If you still watch it and complain, piss off. I've had enough. These are cleaned. They're very dead. Do not report me for animal cruelty. Do not report me for animal abuse. They needed to go. I'm going to show the carcass, how to clean it. If you don't want to see it, go away. So, they're in my sink, cleaned out. This is one full rabbit. I'll do it a couple of, three. I'll do it twice slow and then once at normal speed to show how quick it is and how easy it is to actually butcher the rabbit. Oh. Stay. I don't know if that's gonna stay. So, this is my knife, same one I used for my culling. I also use it for my deer. Very, very sharp knife. I usually use a thinner knife, but I'm being lazy today. It has the hook on it, which makes it great for hooking and pulling. Small cuts, whatever. So your full carcass, I actually wonder if I put it up above, if that would be easier. This is the full carcass. This rabbit's about 4 or 5 pounds probably. It's a good sized rabbit. So when you're butchering, I always start with the back legs. There is still some hair stuck to these guys, so I didn't get all of it. I didn't hose them down while I was skinning. I was a little bit lazy. So here's your full carcass. You got your spine runs along here. This clotting is from the dispatch. The blood, when you hang them, the blood runs to the bottom of the body, right? So the blood clotting is here. The majority of it's gone. I cleaned it. Your spine runs along here. Your hips. I always, when I do the hips, bend them backwards. Then if you flip them over, you should be able to just cut right about there, and there's one. Maybe not on that joint. I'm stuck on that joint right now. For some reason it does not want to pop for me. So I'm gonna just use a little bit more of a brute strength. There's 2. Oh no, there it goes. Trying not to get it on the tripod. So inside here, that's what the inside looks like. For those who have never seen it. This is your stomach flaps basically. So if you think about it, your rabbit's encased like that basically. So some people take this A lot of people feed it to the dogs. Some people eat it. I have yet to eat it. I keep saying I'm going to, and then I have not yet tried it. But we're gonna just take that right there. Pretty easy. Wash that blood off real quick. So I know a lot of people are starting to prefer rabbit meat over chicken. I think it tastes better that way. I prefer it in the crock pot out of all of the ways that I've tried it. Definitely the best that way in my opinion, but you are free to try it however you want. I work with a local homestead, and I sell the rabbit meat there. Rabbit meat in my area is about $7 a pound, about rough estimate. So there's both of the stomach flaps. One of them is substantially bigger. I don't know why. I cut it unevenly when I butchered. A little bit of fat. Just set that aside and toss it out to the chickens later. So my mom, we eat the meat. Animals eat the guts. Hides are tanned. The bones my mom uses and makes bone broth. So all parts of the animal are being used when I butcher. We don't waste much. I don't know if that tenderloin's worth separating. Oh, we did it anyways. So there's tenderloins on the inside and what we call the back straps on the outside. Back straps are the bigger part, which run right here along the spine. I'm gonna just take this film off because it's grossing me out. I don't care for it. I didn't really do much trimming on these guys when I butchered. I was lazy and it was getting dark. Now we have no back legs, no stomach flaps, front shoulders, super easy. If you look, now there is blood here actually, so ignore it. If you look inside, I can pull and completely separate that shoulder, but because these guys are going to be commercially used, I'm going to just cut it. Shoulders will disconnect if you pull hard enough, and that's a front shoulder. It's basically just skin and muscle that hold it there. Give me 1 second to wash this. Now, there's a silver skin, which is this that's hanging off. If you spray it, usually it will start to disconnect. So I'm just going to pull that right off. I don't enjoy eating that. It's not good. And right there is the inside part of the muscle. Ow. I'm going to just disconnect the skin here real quick. Now, the meat on your rabbit is mainly back legs in the middle of the body, which is your backstrap tenderloin, which is why meat breeders say you want a nice full loin on your rabbit. You want that nice arched body because there's more meat to bone ratio. For example, here's a front leg, there's a back leg. Obviously, the back legs are quite a bit bigger, way more meat on this. This is like a bite and a half. So, there's one front leg. Let's find out which way's up. There we go. You can see the shoulder's already trying to disconnect. Already from the rabbit. So if you just slide your knife along there, it'll just come right apart. Let me wash this quick. And there's another clean shoulder. Just gonna trim it up real quick so I don't have to do it later. Oops. That is what you don't want to do. I did not mean to do that, but I just cut right into my meat. Which is an oops. You don't want to do that. It's not the end of the world, it's just annoying when you go to eat it and cook it. So I've tried rabbit taco, crock pot, rabbit, which is really good. I like it that way. Put it in the crock pot with some broth and basically cook it like a roast. It gets really nice and tender. Okay, so here's your rib cage. You can see I did that when I tore it because I was being lazy. So your back straps essentially run from these fibers that you can see. These two are the back strap. They run all the way down the body to the tail. So what I'm gonna do is cut it here because I don't want the bloody part on there. I'm gonna run it along the rib cage. Basically cut the rib cage off. This is really hard to do and show it at the same time. I did cut off a little bit of the back strap when I did the back legs, unfortunately. It's not the end of the world, it just means it's not attached where I want it to be. I'm going to run my knife along the spine. You do it from the inside, you do it from the outside. Typically, this is the hardest part, which is why I save it for last. Because these suckers are slippery. I don't know if you can see. I screwed that one up, but there's your back strap. These rabbits were very young still, so they're not huge. That's bruised, so we're just gonna pull that off. On a mature rabbit, it would be like double to triple this size, especially on a well-bred rabbit. So your silver fox cows, your Rex, those are all gonna have a much bigger meat ratio than the Harleys. There's another breed, but my brain just lagged. So I'm doing the same thing on this side. It's harder now that you don't have the other side to hold it, so watch your fingers when you do this. Here's that back hip bone that was giving me so much trouble. You're fine. I don't care. So there's that back hip bone that was severed on... This one has it. You can see it. I'll probably debone that one, honestly. But this one doesn't have it. So, I'm going to toss that in our scrap pile. And we're going to try to do this as screwed up on the other side, so this side is going to be a little bit more difficult. Also trying to do this to show you without cutting myself. Also a little difficult, but we'll make it work. That's hair. Like I said, the back strap parts, or the tenderloins, or whatever you want to call it, are the hardest part for me. So they always take me the longest. Whereas the rest of the bones just snap right off. There we go. Ooh, that's close. That's another one. That one's a little bit better than the other one. But there's some. Then this is gonna go in a bag. My mom will put it in a pot. We'll make bone broth. I'll probably honestly just hack this bit off. There. We'll give her the clean stuff. That'll go right in the bag. I do have a plate off screen, you guys just can't see it. For my bones and my scraps. I try to keep the blood at a minimum. My mother doesn't care for it. So when I can, just try to clean stuff up as I go. Make sure you're doing it with dry hands. It's a little bit of a challenge to do it with wet hands. Your meat will be slippery, and your rabbits will also get more slippery. Ouch. Okay. I forgot to get a Ziploc for my meat bits, so just put that there. And typically I separate, but I think this stuff is going to get shredded up into probably taco. I'm not too worried about it. You can fold your Ziplocs so you don't get your meat fingers on the outside edge. Or you can just sanitize it afterwards, because I just stuck it in the blood. So that was pointless. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm going to rinse this off a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep this as blood-free as possible, since I have so many issues with getting reported for stuff. Which, guys, please stop reporting me for trying to help people. It's very frustrating. Okay, let's do number 2. I think this was the female. Nope, this was the male. This is a male. So my females always seem to be so much bigger than my males. I mean, look at the difference. Look at the leg difference. Same age rabbits, same litter. They just, my females always get so much bigger. There's hair still stuck to this one. You can see a very, very vivid difference. Maybe not. Hold on. There we go. Now you can see it. There's a big difference between my females and males. So, let's do the male first. She's going to take more time and be difficult. I always try to pick the hair out before. It's a little bit cleaner that way. So I'm gonna clean some of this up because I was super lazy the other day and just didn't. Probably should have. Oh well. So again, take your rabbit. Oh, gross, it just got sprayed. Bend the legs backwards. You can see where the hips have separated, here and here. Here's your spine. It runs up. So, bend it backwards. Flip it. You can run your knife right along that spine there. Sever those tendons before you flip it. Separate it. Stop and cut. There's your joint again. There we go. Voila. You're gonna have to bear with me here. I don't want to have to go through and clean it all twice, so I'm gonna just do it. I got dead rabbits. Okay. Okay, just don't look at them. Shoulders. Dad's in your room on the phone. Separate them. Right here you can already see the skin's tearing. One. Do you want to save the bones this time around?
No, I haven't. Are you still filming?
Yes. My dad's day off and everybody's on lunch break right now, so. Please ignore the interruptions in the conversations. Okay. Everything okay?
Huh?
Everything okay?
Yeah. I don't know what Mom was up to. She asked me if I was okay. I was just not listening. I just saw the bird on the couch. Where'd that go?
Oh, I thought that one was separated. Apparently not. So when you're butchering a rabbit, you can see why people say they're such delicate creatures. I mean, look at how easy I can snap the legs. Snap the legs, snap the back. It's not hard. You can understand why they're such fickle creatures. It's very delicate little bones. The knife is getting dull on the tip. Okay. There's another shoulder. Nicely cleaned, trimmed up. A little bit of blood on there, but it'll get cleaned off later. Here's your thighs. So this buck was quite a bit smaller than my other one. You can see the difference with the palm of my hand. He was gonna get culled either way. He wasn't making it to my standard for my Harlequins, as I'm working to improve the body on them, and his meat to bone ratio and size was not what I was looking for, so. I got hair on my eye. Okay. Sides, again, you can see right where it runs, there's fat. But you can see the tenderloins, maybe, I don't know how well you can see it on camera. So I'm gonna just cut right up to here, and down the rib cage. Pull off the little fat chunkies, wash the hair. You can see the veins in the meat. Maybe. But there's one side. Two. Like I said, I struggle with the back straps and the tenderloins, and you can see that because I just cut my back strap in half. Happens quite a bit with these, actually. With the smaller rabbits, I don't do well with them. So, now we're gonna have halflets, I guess. Anyway, I think this stuff is gonna just get shredded up anyways. I'm contemplating making burger. I haven't gotten that far yet, but we're thinking about it. I also need quite a bit more meat before I'm able to do that. Hence the reason I occasionally buy culls, is so that I have enough meat to make certain things. We're just giving up on this side, I guess. Cut that. So on this one, I actually took the back strap and the tenderloin out at the same time, mostly. On this one, we're going to try to take them out separately. So there's a silvery skin on the meat that makes it super slippery and difficult to work with. That's what I'm on the struggle bus with at the moment. I can't get a grip on the meat. It's sliding everywhere. Now, you don't have to do this. You can always just do it whole. I just like to quarter it up. It gives us more options for what we want to do with the meat. Whereas leaving it whole, I'll just have to quarter it up later if we want stuff. I think I'm gonna leave the other dough whole though. She's big enough that it'd be worth it for me to keep her and sell that meat as a whole rabbit. And voila, a tiny little back strap with a bone. bone's gotta come out now, or my parents will just complain about it later. So give me 1 second. There it goes. Nice thing about rabbit meat is you can just pull it and it will just come right out. And that is a poorly cleaned carcass. So now that that's all done, let's take a look at what we've got going here. This was a really poor turnout on the meat since they were such small rabbits, but it's at least a start. Gross. That's a back leg. That's a back leg. I can just go back in there. Then I dissected the other tail leg. So, back legs, really, really poor turnout. You can actually see the difference between the males and the female right there. This is what I average. I try to average at. Ooh, gross. Is about this when I butcher with hair. This is the size I aim for, so I don't end up with toothpick legs. Like that. A lot of the rabbits that I cull, they weren't going to make it in my program, so I take them to feed my family. And when I do that, I typically try to make it a learning experience to help someone else. But it makes things very, very difficult when I'm constantly getting reported. So, if people would stop reporting me, I would greatly appreciate it. You're making things very hard, and I don't like reposting things when they get taken down. Because this stuff takes up a lot of memory on my phone, so I typically delete them after I'm done. Oops. So, that is how I quarter out my rabbits. It's easy, simple, efficient, quick when I'm not on the struggle bus. So, if anybody has any questions, you feel free to message me. I'm always happy to help. But I'm gonna go get these guys packaged up. Thank you for watching.